Hello and welcome to today's video on enhancing email security. I'm Blake Bernard. I'm an M365 architect with DMARC Solutions, and I've been in the business for about 20 years working with email and identity. Today, we're going to take a look at understanding SPF, DKIM, and DMARC, and how those work together to create a better security for your email. Take a little bit of an introduction to email security. So, email security is a critical component of modern cybersecurity strategies. With the increased reliance on email for business communications, the threat landscape has expanded significantly. Cyber criminals often exploit email systems to launch phishing attacks, distributed malware, and impersonate trusted entities. These attacks can lead to data breaches, financial losses, and you know, reputable damages. So, understanding and implementing a robust email authentication mechanism is essential for organizations of all sizes. By securing email channels, businesses can protect sensitive information, ensure the integrity of their communications, and build trust with their stakeholders. Email security not only safeguards integral operations, but also enhances customer confidence in the digital interaction. The rise of threats in phishing, malware, and impersonation attacks is the number one threat vector we still see today on how attackers are harvesting credentials or getting access to spreading malware. Let's take a look at understanding email spoofing. Email spoofing is a deceptive tactic used by attackers to send emails that appear to originate from a legitimate source or the original sender. This technique involves forging the sender's address to trick recipients into believing the message is from someone they trust. Spoofed emails are commonly used in phishing campaigns to steal credentials, distribute malware, or manipulate users into taking harmful actions. The lack of built-in authentication in traditional email protocols makes it relatively easy for attackers to spoof email addresses. As a result, recipients may unknowingly engage with malicious content, leading to compromised system or data breaches. So, understanding how spoofing works is the first step to really implementing effective countermeasures such as SPF, DKIM, and DMARC. So, let's take a look at those three protocols. Sender Policy Framework, or SPF, is an email authentication protocol that allows the domain owner to specify which mail servers are authorized to send emails on their behalf. Ultimately, this is achieved by publishing the SPF record in your DNS, when an email is received, the recipient's mail server checks that SPF record and verifies whether the sending server is listed in that DNS record as an authorized server. So, if you are sending things from not only your primary mail server, whether that be Exchange Online or Exchange On Premise, but also sending things like bulk email messages from a maybe SendGrid, MailChimp, Mailgun, the numerous different products out there, you want to verify that those products are also listed in your SPF so that they are listed as valid senders of your messages and you don't automatically get your marketing messages sent to spam. The server's not listed. Again, the email may be marked as suspicious or ultimately just completely rejected, depending on how the resending email server has their SPF record hard fail configured. SPF helps prevent spoofing by ensuring that only designated servers can send mail from a domain. However, SPF alone does not verify the content or integrity of the message, which is why it is often used in conjunction with DKIM and DMARC. So let's take a look. Domain keys identified mail, DKIM, is an email authentication method that uses a cryptography signature to verify the authenticity and integrity of email messages. When an email is sent, the sending server adds a digital signature to the message header using a private key. This corresponding public key is published in the sender's DNS records. Upon receiving the mail, the recipient server retrieves the public key and uses it to validate the signature, similar to how certificates work. If the signature is valid, it confirms the message has not been altered and that it is indeed sent by the claimed domain. DKIM enhances trust in email communication by ensuring the messages are not tampered with during transit and that they originated from legitimate sources. So next, let's talk about the domain-based message authentication reporting and conformance, or DMARC, a mouthful, is an email authentication protocol that builds on SPF and DKIM to provide the domain owners with a mechanism to specify how unauthenticated messages should be handled. So DMARC policies are published in DNS again and can instruct receiving servers to quarantine, reject, or allow messages that fail the SPF or DKIM checks. Additionally, DMARC enables domain owners to receive reports on authentication results, helping them monitor and improve their email security posture. By aligning your SPF and DKIM with the domain in the from header, DMARC ensures that only properly authenticated messages are delivered. This comprehensive approach significantly reduces the risk of email spoofing and phishing attacks. So let's look at how they work. So SPF, DKIM, and DMARC are complementary protocols that work together to provide a robust email authentication framework. SPF verifies that the sender server is authorized to send emails from a domain, while DKIM ensures that the message content's not been altered and confirms the sender's identity through digital signatures. And then DMARC ties these mechanisms together by enforcing alignment between the from domain and the domains used in SPF and DKIM. It also provides policy instructions and reporting capabilities. When implemented correctly, these protocols create a multi-layered defense against email spoofing and phishing. They help organizations maintain the integrity of their mail communications and protect recipients from fraudulent messages. The best practices for implementation. Look at the steps to deploy these. So implementing SPF, DKIM, and DMARC involves several key steps. First, organizations should publish SPF records in their DNS to specify the authorized sending servers. This is really the first and easiest step. Ultimately, again, like I mentioned previously, you want to make sure that anything, any process, any application, any relay that is using your domain to send messages is added into your SPF record. Next, you want to configure DKIM signing on the mail servers and publish corresponding public keys in DNS. Finally, you should create a DMARC policy that defines how to handle unauthenticated messages and where to send those reports. So it's advisable to start with a none policy to monitor authentication results before moving to stricter policies like a quarantine or a reject. Regularly reviewing your DMARC reports helps identify issues and unauthorized senders. The proper implementation and ongoing monitoring are essential in maintaining effective email security. When you get those reports, you want to take those and look at where those messages are being sent from. Take a look at if your domain is getting spoofed and from what countries. That may be able to also inform you on ways you may be able to protect yourself from larger threats and blocking maybe country-specific origins. So, general conclusion, SPF, DKIM, and DMARC are essential tools for enhancing email security. They help verify the authenticity of email messages. They prevent spoofing, protect recipients from phishing attacks. By implementing these protocols, organizations can ensure that their emails are trusted and that their domains are not misused by malicious actors. The combined use of these three protocols provide a comprehensive defense against email-based threats. Additionally, the reporting feature of DMARC offers valuable insights into mail traffic and authentication performance. If you've got any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'll put a link down below where you can get more information around us possibly helping you implement these protocols into your organization and review your DMARC records. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And until next time, thank you.